Welcome. Welcome to the realm of Millenia. Be a man, a woman, a child. Be a spirit creature, or even if you're just a demon. Be some sort of native, a migrator, or maybe even an invader into the realm. Welcome, for I am your host, the Millennium Mailman, and I think I'll be doing a Tourism Tuesday or a Saturday. We'll see how it goes. So, I'm going to be describing my writing style. Yes. You know what? Scratch it. Funny Guy Friday. Funny Guy Friday. Yep. So when I write my book, Realm of Millenia, you know, the namestay and keepsake of the channel, Realm of Millenia, this book series I'm working on, this entire YouTube channel is for and about my book, Realm of Millenia. It's a book series I'm working on. Keep posted, right? And I'll have you know, as an author, I have taken so many literary classes. I promise you, no one is more bored out. Gosh darn it, the glare on the screen is killing me. No one gets more bored out by having to be taught and educated on literary devices and stuff than moi, right? No one's bored out by people trying to display and give you examples of structure than moi, okay? It's annoying, it's tedious, and I hate it, right? Naturally, because mine is way better. But my choice style of writing, while I've heard people consider it unique and original, I don't really think it is. I think it's far more direct than other people would normally do it, but I don't think it's original. Even when I was still in school and I had this concept that wasn't so fleshed out, people always considered it to be like revolutionary for me to write like this, write in this type of style, this type of format that I've always imagined writing in. Always did. But I never thought it was revolutionary truly, because I didn't come up with it. I never considered it revolutionary because I definitely think it's always been there, and I would always have to kind of like explain it to people, right? But one thing in particular was someone kind of asked me why exactly would I think it was the teacher, Miss Nin, I'll call her. And Miss Nin, she was like, generally when people come up with different ideas, there's a reason for that. And I'm curious as to what reason you came up. And I tell you, I said it so immediately, so fast. I could make a head twirl, right, from whiplash. Said, I hate coming of age. She's like, what? I hate the whole idea of coming of age. Coming of age is such a weird thing, right? And I had a witty quip to that, and I feel like I always get it wrong nowadays, but I said, coming of age just sounds gross and weird, right? Coming of age sounds like a pervert's wet dream turned nightmare. Coming of age. Oh, of age? I don't like it anymore. It's a nightmare. My target's of age. It doesn't matter no more, right? Coming of age? Oh, shoot. Lost, right? It's a pervert's wet dream nightmare. Coming of age, right? And she was so taken aback by it. She's like, you can't say that. Like, you asked the question. If you don't like my answer, don't ever ask me a question again. She was just so confuzzled. But I write the way I write because I hate coming of age. So, like, another way of describing the way I write is, it's like I skip all the fluff and filler between, and I go directly for the meat. For the meat. Screw the potatoes. I just want the meat of the argument, the meat of the discussion. Coming of age is all about the potatoes and how you style and season them to make them great, like a loaded mashed potato, loaded potato, or seasoned mashed potatoes. There's a lot you can do with potatoes because the potatoes are filling. I don't want that. I just want the protein, right? And my writing style gets directly into the meat of the matter without keeping a lot of the potatoes. Yeah, there still is potatoes, but it's just the necessary potatoes. I'm not seasoning up the potatoes and making the potatoes look nice because the main course is the meat, right? The meat of the matter, you know, is such and such. So I stay on track and I don't allow any seasoned and overly well done potatoes to distract from that. And how I do that is, okay, so the way I write is kind of like in opposition to others. Like, so when you're writing, let's just say a heroic story, right? When you're writing a hero story, you're gonna revolve the whole world and whole ideology and everything around a main character specifically, right? That's how a normal author is gonna do it. Let's just say Lord of the Rings. Let's just say pick a Marvel superhero. Talking about Iron Man, talking about Batman, right? Talking about Bilbo Baggins, Frodo, The Hobbit. Pick a main character, right? Have that main character in your mind. The whole story at all points revolves around them. Now, while you're writing this character, you consider, hey, I have a beginning, I have an ending, right? We have the main character, we have a plot, we have a mission. Understand the assignment, come up with subplots and side characters after that, right? And that's how you get a great, well fleshed out character. All these side plots and subtext is what you would consider this coming of age, ideal-esque thing. How are you going to grow this weak, pathetic loser to the hero who's eventually saving the day in the end, right? The whole coming of age trope and idea is about the growth and development of a specific character over pick any length of time, a short period of time, a long period of time. That's what it is. Growth of character, right? And in there, while you're trying to model the whole universe around building this character to be someone strong, capable, awesome, or weak enough to do what you need them to do in the end, that is where you kind of invent side characters. Me, my style of writing, which I don't even think it's new, again, it is very much indicative to the fact of, I don't like working like that, right? So the way I always kind of like describe to people is, hey, I don't really make main characters like that. I make side characters, right? Because main characters, you have so many type of main characters. They've done that for years. You already know it, right? And anyone who likes reading about heroes and adventure, you know the story already, right? If you read, but I want to say like any more than 15, 20 books on different types of heroes and stuff and adventure, you know the whole cliches, you know all the things already, right? And it didn't take you a lot because it's rather consistent and it's already been well fleshed out and done a million different ways to Sunday. So you already know, right? So I flesh out my entire universe for the realm of Millenia. All of the realm, all of Millenia, right? It's all really fleshed out because I conjure up a concept of a hero and what the hero's doing and what the hero's doing, right? But I don't write any part of my particular story for the main character. I write a storyline all about the side characters, right? So yes, there is the Sword Saint hero doing their shtick in the background, but you only ever meet the Sword Saint hero or whatever they're doing a couple of times in my book, because my book's all about the expendable characters who are so short-lived, unreasonably, unjustly so, right? And how these assumingly expendable, soon to be legendary lost names of timeless endeavors, how everything pulls back to the main character's storyline, right? Because the whole world always is supposed to revolve around the main character. So the way I write, where are we here? I'm gonna do a separate video. You know what? I'm gonna just clip it in half. It'll be Friday and Saturday. Because I had a little funny to put in the front there. Right? So, anywho's, the way I write in particular is very indicative to the fact of, hey, yes, there's a hero, he's going his main plot line story